What I find as a therapist who works with couples, too often black women prioritize a man's income over his masculinity.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Guys, appreciate you guys watching my video. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let me know if you guys are enjoying the content. Help me get to that 1,000 subscriber mark and leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on the video. Let's go.
Women are struggling to find men that they can date.
Black women cannot, shall not, should not expect a black man to be able to provide them with the same type of a lifestyle that a Caucasian can provide for the white female, because the Caucasian benefits from white privilege. The black man suffers from white racism. A black man has to work twice as hard to get half as much. So although I can appreciate the financial equity, but if you are a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer as an African woman in Australia or America or the UK or Toronto or Johannesburg, looking for a black man who has financial equity with your type of career success, that's going to be difficult. You might got to tone it down a little bit. What I find as a therapist who works with couples, too often black women prioritize a man's income over his masculinity. He's willing to help with those children. He will nurture you, look out for you, but he might not be able to put you in a Mercedes. And I've seen black women turn down good men because he didn't have the economics, but he had everything else. Sisters need to be careful not to fall into this European narrative of judging men primarily by how much they make.
I was a little bit skeptical because it's Dr. Umar, but he did speak quite a few facts at the very end. The only part I don't agree with him is the black people being, disadvantaged. So here's my thing on this racism thing, this supremacy thing, or this wealth building thing. I agree that due to issues of the past, there may have been some form of what they label as head start, if that makes sense, which is that they've had time to build wealth. I hear that argument, and then at the same time I see that statistically in the UK as well as America there's white people poor all over the place. Like it is what it is. That argument kind of goes against my thought on how, if this is true and it's based on slavery, why do they still have poor and literally white people who are just suffering day by day on the street, homeless? I've worked with homeless people, so I've seen it firsthand. So the supremacy must not be working for everyone. You know what I mean? The conclusion I've reached is that I don't for 1 second want anyone to pretend as if racism was not real, or slavery didn't happen, or there were no adverse effects of slavery and all that stuff. Those things definitely happen. I mean, we even see how it affected the Jews in the Bible, like from Bible times all the way up to current day, and how it's affected them even today. So there are adverse effects. And when it happened to black people in America and in the UK, all that stuff, there are definitely adverse effects. But here's my thing. We left that behind how many years ago now? And yes, don't get it twisted. I believe that racism still exists. I just don't believe it's as much as it was, especially when I was growing up. It was a little bit more easier to have people just say it to your face. Whereas now people can't or don't because of the awareness and things like that, which I think is quite good. My point is, when I was growing up, black people or parents or people in the black community were telling me, nothing can hold you back, right? They were telling me, at my young, small age, that don't let anyone hold you back. You have all the opportunities in the world. Nothing can stop you. If you want to do something, you can do it. How did we go from that to now making it like a mainstream talking point that they have the advantage and you have to work twice as hard to get what they have? I just think that just creates a detriment for black people, because if I have to work twice as hard, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna say to myself, I want to work twice as hard. I'm just gonna be like, well, I'm disadvantaged, so there's no point. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what a lot of people are gonna do if they hear that narrative. Whereas when I was younger, I was told, if you put your mind to something, you can achieve it. If you want to be something, you can be that thing. For me, I just feel like sometimes the narrative around black and white is just it's like a race war that generates money for people online. So I've taught my kids that they can do and be whoever and whatever they want. I taught them that yes, racism is real, but it's not stopping you from achieving anything. If you want to be whatever you want to be, you can be that thing, and nobody can stop you in this day and age. Unlike back in the day where somebody can literally decide not to hire you, or decide not to whatever, decide to, you know, just based on the color of your skin. It's not something that I think can stop my kids today. And then in terms of what he was talking about regarding relationships, I think that is absolutely true. But also, I don't think that is something that women can change. I think intrinsically, women do look for men who are better than them, and that might be financial or otherwise. What does happen is that women go through this naturally and then eventually realize money is not everything, and then they become clued up. And they realize that actually, even though the money is there, if he's not helping with the kids and cooking, or helping with this, or being emotive, or being in touch with his feelings, or, you know, being able to talk to me, take me out, that kind of stuff, then the money is not everything. My job as a parent is to pass that on to my kids so that they don't have to make a mistake to learn that. I can tell my daughter, you know, as long as he is a Christian and he has ambition, he loves God, he loves you, everything else, money included, can be added later. So look for those qualities first. I can pass that on to my kids. And this is something that was passed on to me. Like, a lot of people, especially in the church, would always tell us as young men, when you're choosing someone, as long as they're Christians, they believe in Christ, they believe in God, they have an ambition, they love you, right? They love you with all their hearts. Everything else can be added, right? I had nothing when I met my wife, and my wife also had that mentality. She got with me, I had nothing. And then now, in our later years of marriage, is when she's enjoying financial success and things like that. So yeah, it is true what he's saying in the latter part of the video, but guys, don't let racism and victimization and all that stuff hold you back from achieving anything. Nothing is holding you back anymore, in my opinion. Somebody else might be able to explain the status or the situation of Black people in the world better than I can, but from my world view, personally, nothing is holding us back. Not to say that there isn't injustice in the world, because I believe there always will be injustice. If it's not color driven, it will be something else driven. There will always be evil in the world. But compared to days where you were actually physically restrained, today nothing is stopping us from being who we want to be. That's my opinion. But guys, what do you think? Is there an explanation that can let me know that actually I am disadvantaged, even though I don't see it? Do you guys agree that we're disadvantaged? Does this affect us in dating? Do you think women can change that instinct of just choosing somebody with money over everything else? Do you think they can change that? Or is it just going to keep happening as normal? Regardless, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching my video. Leave a like, comment, sub. See you in the next one.